Well, thank you. Those are. I thought you were gonna share something, but you shared a lot of things, which is good. More positivity in the world, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean that's really the popular platform, right? Where people consume most of their information and help form their ideas as well, right? So, has any of these social media consumption sort of interfere with how you view the world and also how you minister?
Yes, that a lot of people are not really thinking positive. Uh, even even a positive, in my opinion, a positive post, especially related to faith, Christian faith, they can somehow respond negatively. So that's just something interesting, or they will share their opinion, but not accepting other people's opinion. I mean, because it's a freedom of speech, anyways,
Mm.
where we live, right? Um, and then for my ministry, that what that's
Ministry, like you're trying to do ministry on social media, but then maybe because people have negative comments or negative reactions, does that interfere with how you're trying to achieve what you want to minister through social media?
not specifically. I feel like I just try to post as many positive contents as I can, but not really specifically targeting any negative post out there.
I see.
I think maybe more general, but general, but in a way, say for example, um, I read a negative post about, this is just a random example, about bread. So weird. And then I will talk something positive that can lead to bread, but
Mm.
not specifically, oh, the bread post that was posted by Theo. Yeah, not that. Yeah.
Mm.
If it's really like dear to my heart, that topic.
Mm.
I love bread.
And then, uh, since now you said that this is popular, people consume um, most of the time in the social media world. Do you think church should start using social media as a way for them, for the churches to do ministry as well?
I want to say yes. I mean, people, churches have been started, like they have started doing social media more nowadays. And it's good because it can reach the younger generations that heavily use social media. So then later on, we hope that the future that this younger generation will lead will have good influence from these churches, and they can get to know God, Bible teaching from all of this posts that churches are doing, and hopefully those churches have good theology background in doing in posting their contents.
I
Mm.
see. So you said that. Do you think that church, or what's the balance between like the conventional way of doing ministry, doing church like what we normally know, and through social media? Or for example, how much money or how much of a time that the like a church as an organization need to put their time in this social media compared to like.
I think it should be decided by each church, their vision and mission. But definitely, we do not want to neglect the quote unquote traditional ministry. Like say for example praise and worship, or doing volunteers for the community, or just preaching the gospel in general. Those are still what need to be done, but social media is just another platform that nowadays, especially during this pandemic, that people cannot do in person, or if they choose to do, I don't know if it's wise or not. Depends on what you think. Um, just taking precaution, what is safe or not. So social media is just another platform that we can do. Especially, we cannot really do the traditional ministries more often nowadays. So we have to put more, maybe allocate that percent to social media.
So as long as it's growing in that sense, and
Yeah.
it's going to the good direction.
Yes. And then we can, I don't know how we can determine what success is for social media. Again, I think I just reminded, as long as there's someone out there listening, reading, that is one soul that you can reach. And one soul is always precious in the eyes of God, you know?
Yeah, I never think about social media like that, because for me, what's more prominent in my life, I think social media for me equals to like vanity.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's interesting that you were able to use that platform to bless other people, to do your ministry, and how you suggested like churches nowadays should try to grow their social media presence more. And have you have any experience with social media as a vanity, and with more people like you or more churches being in the social media, would that be a good influence for the younger generations that spend most of their time in the platform like that?
Vanity, yes, definitely. I feel that if I spend too much time scrolling my feed are not always about like encouraging positive or Bible verse or anything related to Christianity. No, it can be just like makeup transformation, or like food, or just funny memes or anything just random. So it just takes up my time, my quality time that I can actually use for other things. So then that's also, it takes time. It takes a lot of effort to post quality content. That's why I do take time to be away from the internet if I can, as much as I possible, just to not losing my precious time doing something that is not fruitful. Even it's actually making me feel depressed because I'm seeing other people doing things that are nice. Say for example, I had to cancel my Japan trip last year because of the pandemic. We cannot go. So then I really wanted to just go to Japan. It's just because I never been there. And then seeing other people still traveling, or just like past experience people, they just throw back a post. It made me like feeling sad. So then I usually just tell my husband, and then he would go like, I rather you losing sleep playing games than browsing IG and being depressed and sad. Like, okay, yeah.
Right, because it's sort of like you lose time spending time on social media, but also like the effects afterwards. It's not really healthy for your well-being, right?
Yeah, it's just making me feeling emo for some reason. It's not just like Japan trip, but just in general. Maybe for example, people are posting their life with like all branded items, or like, oh, travel around the world, while me stuck at home working, and you're like traveling, you know, and I just, you know, feel jealous, and you know,
Right.
not good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably one of the reasons why I tend to steer away from social media
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
everything in social media seems like really nice.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what comes to my feed and on Instagram. Like always, I'm into bike nowadays, right? And they always have nicer bikes, nicer bicycles, and then or I'm into golf. Always like going to these places that's beautiful courses. I stuck at home, can only play once or twice a month, and yeah, it kind of make me like jealous of
Mm-hmm.
those, and I find it a little overwhelming
Yeah.
for me to be in this world right nowadays with a lot of posts like that. But at the same time, for you, right? For you, you post things, and obviously you also post about you traveling. Uh, have you thought of like, oh, does this post will affect people in that sense?
Sometimes I just don't think about it, or like it didn't cross my mind that it will affect other people that way,
Uh
that
huh.
they're like, oh, you're traveling to this place. Sometimes I just post because it's nice, and then I put good caption. Yeah, without thinking, other people will think differently.
I see. So like, how would how's the balance should be? Again, I'm just like, because I'm in in my in my perspective in social media, it's more on the negative side of things, but obviously not always. And I just want to know, like, for people like me or people on the other side that's consume a lot of negativity and jealousy throughout the social media feed, what what's the cure of that? Like how
I don't know
to pick
about the
and
cure.
choose?
I want to say the okay, one thing that I can think of right now is that when I post something nice, I that's why I put like words of encouragement or a Bible verse or any testimonies that can somehow relate to the picture that I post. Um, it can help the readers to when they see the picture and then they
Mm-hmm.
read the word, the caption, then the picture can somehow helps to visualize what they read.
Mm.
So it's yeah, an example.
Well, unfortunately, not all of the influencers are like you that will put nice words in the caption.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure you also experience
Yeah.
like, yeah, whatever, just vanity,
Mm-hmm.
pure vanity.
Yeah, just like post. For example, I post my dog. I mean, my dog is just also maybe. Oh, another. Sorry, a little bit tangent, but another reason why I post also to just capture memory.
Hmm.
Yeah, just so then like a not keepsake, but what is that?
Keep records of.
Yeah, keep records.
I
Yeah, of
see.
something happening.
I see. Well, if that's the case, then I guess it's not always quote unquote the fault of the one that posted, right? Not the fault of the influencer. It's also about us, the consumers, how to filter. And do you have like tips and tricks since you're more into the social media, right? You spend more on social media
Yeah.
platform than I think any of us, right, Win?
I want to say for me, if I consciously posted to to brag, quote unquote, hey, I've been here, blah blah blah, and um I have that thought in my
Mm-hmm.
mind before I post it, I rather not post them. Um that's I think that's just me. If I think that way, then I rather not.
What about for the consumers? Like for me personally, like looking at other people posting about their cars. How can what would you say to me about that? Because the feed is always there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just about me looking at this post, how I feel, and how can I not be influenced negatively by those type of posts.
Um don't spend too much time on the internet. I think, yeah, if I'm putting myself on their shoes, then it's just you have to be disciplined. You just have to. I mean, it's hard. I know it's very hard because internet is addictive. But as you know what your purpose is in life, or like you have goals that you want to achieve, then you will set a time, make time for other things.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it's more about, yeah, I mean, you can only do so much as the person who is posting or influencing, but it's really just to some extent, it's going to be, up to the consumer, right? And I think
True.
for them, they should really ask themselves what are they trying to achieve by going on social media and consuming things. Are they trying to get inspired? Are they
Yeah.
trying to get encouragement? Are they trying to gain knowledge maybe of more other products or other places?
Yep.
And if it doesn't serve that purpose, then they should know then it's just them sort of unproductively spending their time, and
Yep, exactly.
just stop and reevaluate how they use it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a really good point to deliver to the audience, to the listeners, that social media is, you have to use social media responsibly. And after listening to Dorothy's story and how Dorothy using the social media for good stuff, for positive stuff, how do you look at social media now?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I believe social media can be used for both good and bad. From the from the creator side and also from the consumer side. From the creator side, it seems like you can use it as a tool to spread your whatever you're supporting. In this case, Dorothy, you want to support spreading her fave and good encouragement. But it can also be a way to double down on your vanity, right? And share
Right.
and try to show people that you can do this or you can go here and you can eat this. And then from the consumer side, it's also goes both ways, right? You can consume and maybe get some sense of community or get inspired, but also to just fill your heart with jealousy and being depressed that you miss out on things or you can have certain things in your life. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I learned a lot today. I learned a lot about social media. I kind of knew before that social media is very important, and it's a really good channel for us to spread the gospel, to spread positivity to the world these days. And well, it's also one of the reasons why we started this podcast. But yeah, it's just inspiring that more people are doing things like you do these days, about with social media, with TikTok, with Instagram, and the way that we can use social media, how we can also encourage the church to use the social media in a good way, and not just let the vanity things of social media take over this social media world, but also we can use this platform to win some souls.
Yep.
And yeah, I think definitely I need to learn more about social media. I wouldn't say that I'm the expert on it. And yeah, it's good that I can learn from you. I can learn about how you do things and how you think about your posts, think about your content. Is there anything else that you want to say to the audience, the listeners, words of encouragement that you want to share to them right now for our audience?
I would say be mindful of what you read, and don't accept everything as it is. Do some research first. Just make your life a quality one. So it's not just do nothing productive. day to day, especially now we have more time in the world than before, hopefully. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Those are. I thought you were gonna share something, but you shared a lot of things, which is good. More positivity in the world, right? But yeah, I think that's great, and I hope that the audience, also the listeners, learn about social media. Thank you for the insights that you have given us.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, again, I hope that the audience can also share their personal experiences about social media, about the vanity of the social media, or about the good things on social media, and how you guys use social media to spread more positivity, spread the gospel possibly. So yeah, do let us know about all the things that you have been doing in social media. We would like to learn from you guys. Again, Win and I are pretty, I would say, pretty noobs about social media, and we're just getting into this platform and trying to use our talents to the best of our ability, and hope that you guys can enjoy our conversation. Again, get something, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.